As Ed Norton would say, hello out there in television land. We are headed over to the Red Cross Blood Donation Center on Yanceyville Street, a short drive from downtown Greensboro. We spoke with some staff who are absolutely dedicated to the notion of helping other people.
I spend most of my life in service for one form or another. I've been a firefighter, I've been an EMT, I've worked for the Boy Scouts, and then at one point I had the opportunity to come over to the Red Cross, and I thought that was the area I could make the biggest difference in. So I gave it a try, had a great 5-year stint, tried something else for a little bit, and I was like, no, I want to be with the Red Cross, so I came back, and I've been here for 4 years now.
I worked at the hospital and a nursing home, and I just wanted to do more. And so I've been at the Red Cross for 23 years, and it's not just a job for me. You know, I take it to heart. While I've been here, I've had a set of twins that was born at 24 weeks. So we was in the NICU for 147 days. And the blood actually came from here.
So did they have any particular, you want to talk about that?
Okay. One is actually a special needs child now. They said she would never walk, talk, eat, or do anything. And she does it all now. She does have cerebral palsy, and she's autistic. But, you couldn't ever tell it, And the other one actually had open heart surgery in the NICU. And then they both had intestinal surgery in the NICU. So they had to get, lots of units of blood. And to be able to witness, actually where it come from, and to tell my coworkers, look what y'all did. It came from our office.
Oh, they don't want me talking about the staff. They think they're good. No, they're a great bunch of people. They're a great bunch of people. When I was I worked in banking for years, and I had a lot of women working for me. And if I could always hear them laughing, I knew they were in good spirits and everything was working well. This place is almost always laughing, so they're in the good spirits all the time here, and they're great. They've all been here a while, so they know what they're doing.
Like I had said earlier, it's not just a job for me. I work in the fix site every day. Sometimes I go out on the road, but most of the time it's here. And I have the same donors every 56 days, and it's like a family. They come in, and we cut up, and we take care of them. And like I said, it's just like a family to me. It's not just a work day.
We also got to know one of the platelet donors, Mr. David Bean. He was absolutely delightful and had a resounding and lovely relationship here with the Red Cross staff. It was actually quite delightful to see their interactions with one another.
Probably 30 or 40 years been donating blood, and then got a call one day when I was in Mount Olive from the folks in Greenville, whether or not I wanted to donate platelets. They looked at where I lived and where Greenville was, and they said, well, that's an hour away, so you might not want to come. And I said, well, I don't know, we could try it one time. And Mount Olive is an hour away from Greenville, and I tried it, and it started working out all right. And started going about once a month since it was a good ride from there. And then when we moved up here, it's every 2 weeks, every 10 days I can get over here because I live in High Point, so it's not far.
So how long have you been doing that? How long have you been donating lately?
Oh, gee. 15, 20 years, I guess, something like that.
And do you go every week? I know you can do once a week.
You can go once a week. I like to recover a little bit, so it's every 10 days, 2 weeks. I'm over here.
Dedicated.
Yeah, well, I'm retired, so I got the time to do it. But
How many units have you? Do you know how many units you've donated?
500 and something. That's what the app says anyway.
Yeah, I love it.
One of the coolest things we've done is invest in this app. So you're right, it can tell you where your blood goes after you donate. It will tell you your history, so it'll tell you your blood pressure after every drive, so you can see if your blood pressure is tracking normal, if it starts to get a little high. And in fact, if it starts to get too high, we'll even send you a notification. About 2 to 3 times a year, we're starting to do A1C testing to test your sugar levels and make sure that your sugar levels are tracking right. And again, we'll notify you if it's not. You can also easily sign up for a donation by going through the app. It'll tell you here's when you can donate again, here's the right time frame. It can do all of those things. It also has your donor card on it. So a lot of people still carry those old donor cards from 20 years ago. Your donor card's on your phone. That way you can use that to scan it when you come to us. And it just keeps everything together, organized for you. Red Cross has some really good apps, and our blood donor app is definitely one of them.
What's the importance of doing the blood pressure and the sugar check?
Absolutely. So, well, there's a couple different reasons. So for us on our side, we want to make sure that you have a healthy donation. When you come in, we want to make sure you're physically going to have a good donation. So we want to make sure your pulse is within the right range, your blood pressure, your temperature, and your iron levels are all at a safe zone. But for you as a donor, you come see us maybe more often than you see your home doctor, right? And so if you come with us, and we'll see your blood pressure every 56 days or twice a year, and we can give you trends that you wouldn't get just from going to your doctor's office. So blood pressure and the A1C testing, those are to help you out as a donor. They don't really, tracking it doesn't benefit us, but it might benefit you.
How easy is it to use the app?
The app's easy. It's easy. Yeah, one of the easiest apps I've ever used.
You can schedule on it.
You can schedule on it. You can look at your history. You can show the doctor your blood pressure history and your iron history, I guess, too. The app's good. The app's good. Always do Rapid Pass. It's real easy to do that.
You can do Rapid Pass before you come in for your appointment. That means you answer all your health questions ahead of time, and if you are in any kind of time crunch, the day of your appointment.
I'm in, kind of wait for them to check in at the front. They do a little pre-check, a little quick physical of blood pressure and iron, and that's much easier now. They don't have to stick your finger anymore. They stick this trick on your thumb that supposedly reads everything. Makes it really
better is that?
Oh, it's much better. It's much quicker, much quicker.
So, used to when you came in, we would have to prick your finger to test the iron. Now we don't have to do that anymore. We have a machine that will actually hook it to your thumb, and there's a lot that will read your iron. And it just takes a few seconds, no pricking, and our deferral rate has gone way down. So that's helped us in the long run too.
What's the importance of testing the iron?
So your iron has to be a certain level to be able to donate, because if you donated when your iron was low, it would just, make you tired and fatigue and wipe you out. So the iron level is very important, that it's high enough for you to donate.
Okay. So,
And easy. It's just so easy to do the pre-check.
And it takes an hour and a half?
It takes a little about 2 hours for me. I do about 3 units, about 3 hours, 2 hours, and roughly. Okay, yeah, 1.5 to 2, closer to 2 for me.
So you can watch a movie or whatever.
Yeah, I'm caught up on Netflix.
So there's a couple different things you might be asked to donate. Most people, when you donate, we talk about a whole blood donation, which is 1 pint of blood, and it's taking your red blood cells, your platelets, your plasma, it's getting all of it. But that's a great thing, and that's what most people do. But there are other options that may be right for you, depending on your blood type, your weight, and a few things. So we also have something called Power Reds. Power Reds is if you're an O-neg donor, O-positive donor, B-neg, or A-neg. We're going to put you up to a little machine. We're going to take the blood out. We're going to put the plasma and the platelets back in you. We're also going to give you some saline fluid, so you end up fluid neutral. But we're going to take a little bit extra red blood cells. And the reason we do that is those blood types I mentioned are the ones that we really need the most. Not that A-pos aren't great. I'm A-pos. My blood's important too, but the O neg, the O pos, that stuff is going on the ER shelves in the hospital when you don't know a blood type that you need. That's the blood that they can grab in whatever emergency is going on. So we just need more of that. It helps the hospitals. So for some donors, we do red blood cells. The other thing is platelets. A lot of people don't know this. Platelets have a shelf life of 5 days. So from the moment we take a platelet out, it's got 5 days to make into a recipient, or we're not going to be able to use it. And so we also have platelet-only donations. Those take a little bit longer, but especially if you're APOS like I am, we really want you to donate platelets. And you can do that very regularly, almost once a week if you want to, but it does take longer. Knowing the need and how quickly those platelets become unavailable because of the 5-day shelf life, it's really important. Those are the things that we collect every day of the year, no matter what's going on.
All right, we decided to show you just how easy it is to donate. You know about the app, it's in the App Store or Google Play, whatever you choose. And of course you can go online too to create your account or schedule your appointment. I'm going to show you just how simple the process is. Allow me to be the test dummy. Easy process. There is an app. Easiest app. Mr. Bean was just talking about it. Easiest process in the whole world. Easiest app I've ever used in my entire life. Pull it up. They scan you. If you come and take a walk with me. Scan on a little scanner. They're not going to ring you up. No charge, no harm, no foul. Easy peasy Japanesey. And I don't know. They gave me some. I think this was just really for my boredom, but. Give you some what you must know before you give blood. We're not going to read through this whole thing. However, if you have the time, I mean, it's quite a read. New York Times bestseller, if you ask me. All kinds of questions if you've been out of the country and things like that. And after they check your blood pressure, do your hemoglobin check, and some other things, you're off to your donation.
We want you to just say what he's doing.
He is doing Power Reds, which is an operation where we separate the red blood cells and we keep those and give his plasma and platelets back to him with some saline so he leaves a little bit more hydrated, and we are keeping the product.
Thank you so much.
Sure, I guess the water would be good,
You wanna, are you okay?
yeah. Oh yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. Well, this is amazing, Brian, but we came in here thinking we were just going to get some B-roll, and look what we've got.
Well, that was the plan originally. And then I was here and I was outside of my window on my 56-day window on my whole blood. And I was like, hey, I could give some blood. And they said, hey, we need Power Red right now. So we decided to give some Power Red. Oh, yeah. And learning about the process was really cool, too. Victoria and the rest of the staff here, they've been awesome. I love what they've done. They're easy to work with. I can't say enough about it, It's easy. They make it as simple as possible, I'll be honest with you.
And Brian, there are people out here that are going on vacations and doing things that they may end up needing blood, needing your Power Reds. There are children going through cancer, and you may be the variable that saves their life. So this is a great thing you're doing, and I'm happy to be witnessing this.
Yeah, and we learned something today that the summertime months, there's a lull, people are on vacation. People are either going on vacation, which means more traffic on the road, which means higher frequency of car accidents, things of that nature. Sure, I'll take the mic. Things of that nature, and then that means, inept that there's not going to be people around. You're not home, you're not in your normal routine of going to your normal Greensboro, Yanceyville location to give blood, and your routine is thrown off, so just not enough people giving blood during the summertime. It's just one of those things.
I'd also like to say that as a platelet donor, I will be back here on Sunday morning at 8:30 giving blood, giving platelets. And honestly, as Brian said, it's so easy.
This would go out to anybody who is looking to donate if you have any spare time, which I'm sure you do. You spend most of it probably scrolling on your phone anyway. I mean, that's true. I do it too. So, I mean, I'm not. We are all victims of the algorithm. But anyway, yeah, no, if you got some time, come on down, give a little red blood, give a little whole blood, give us some platelet. I mean, it's here, it's easy. They make it as easy as possible. Come on down.
Now, Brian thinks now I'm going to get in the car and leave him here, but he's wrong.
One of the things that a lot of people don't always realize when it comes to donating blood, yes, A to A is important. We want to get that right. But you have over 200 antigens in your body. And if you're someone who has to get blood donation on a really regular basis, let's take sickle cell for example. Sickle cell is a very painful disease that impacts about 1 in 500 African Americans. And if they don't get a blood donation every 4 to 6 weeks, they're going to be in incredible pain. But the thing is, because of how often they get those donations, they need a really close match that goes beyond pause and negative and A and B. Those antigens have to start getting closer. And so the more diverse blood supply we have, the more likely we're able to serve someone who has a very specific need like that. The other thing is there are also donors out, or recipients out there that have just very unique blood types that really can't have most people's blood. There's also babies are very resistant to certain things that could end up in an adult person's blood, and so there's some adults that never get that. I'm not going to go into specifics because it's a little wonky, but just as you get older, you develop things in your blood. And some people don't, and they can give to newborn preemie babies when the rest of us can't. So there's all these different things that go on from ethnicity to your antigens that all affect, and that needing a diverse blood supply allows us to serve everybody who needs the blood when they need it. So it's not just important that one community donates or one person donates, but we need as many different types of people coming from as many different backgrounds so we can serve all of our recipients that need the blood. So thank you very much for asking about the summertime. The reality is when we go into the summertime is that people are traveling, schools are closed, there's a lot less places that people normally donate that are available to donate at, and so our donations go down. However, what we see sometimes during the summer is that elective surgery sometimes will be more common because that's when people have more time to do those things. People are in the car more, so we have more car accidents, so the need kind of rises a little bit, and all those normal things, like I said before, sickle cell, cancer patients, those are still consistent. So the need may rise a little bit, but donors tend to come down a little bit. So we always try to do a lot during the summer to bring people out, to try to get them to donate. But if you're available this summer, whether you're out of town or you're traveling, remember redcrossblood.org, put in the zip code no matter where you are, you can find a blood drive near you. But it's really critical that we don't lose too many of our donors during the summer time frame because the need might go up and we really need your support. And we usually try to have some good goodies. I'll say the first 2 weeks in July, we're giving away legitimate Gooder sunglasses that have Red Cross logos. We're also going to be doing gift cards and other things out there like that. So if you have any questions, redcrossblood.org, and you can find out more about that.
So yes, we're getting ready to get low because of the summertime. People traveling, and they just don't come in as much. We get a lot of our blood from high schools, colleges. Well, they're not in session, during the summertime. So in the summertimes, we do really get low. So we really need people to come out and help us.
It's very noticeable.
It is. I mean, and like for me, this week, on Wednesday, I did 11 donors. But now Thursday, we did like 30. So we can see it happening.